Mountain Dutch Still Comics, DC news of the week. Not
Hey.
a ton. It's really kind of been quiet on the DC end.
Yeah, well, they're working away.
Yeah, you got Superman coming out in July. I think Peacemaker is getting a trailer soon. Peacemaker season 2. Saw some
Should be
news
very
about
soon.
that.
They showed it at CinemaCon, I
Oh,
think.
C2E2.
Maybe?
Oh, yeah, right. Yeah,
I
CinemaCon
think.
happened 2 weekends ago.
Perhaps.
Yeah. So Brendan Skellner?
I don't know how to say his last name.
Skellner. I think it's Skellner. Who was in 1923, which just ended. And it's over. It's over, Johnny. That series had its series finale last weekend. Uneven season. Felt like it could have really been. But ended up being eight episodes season 2. I think it was 10 episodes season 1. It really could have been 12 total. Like they really dragged out 2 storylines. It was a satisfying ending, though, I will say that. And he's essentially the 1923 Batman.
Okay.
He's like the superhero who comes to save the day. Yeah, and he's talking about Batman again. So he's arguably the most common fan cast for Batman in DCEU. Alan Richardson, who also wants to play Batman, is close behind. But Skellner seems to be the most popular choice. Skellner is known for his role in Vice alongside Christian Bale. Oh, shit. He was in Vice? I don't remember that.
Vice?
Yeah, where he,
yeah.
Christian Bale played Dick Cheney. Who did he play?
Yeah. It was
George Bush?
No, Sam Rockwell played George Bush.
He
played
nobody. He's not even listed in the IMDb.
Bobby Prentice.
Oh. Yeah, I don't even see him. He's not even listed in the top 20 cast. Anyways, Skellner has really put a lot of thought in how he would portray the Dark Knight. He recognized the huge difference between the various on-screen iterations of the character when different actors take the role. He wants to put his own thoughts and ideas into the character of Batman. Quote, every actor that has played the role has done a different incarnation of Bruce Wayne Batman. If you compare Christians to Roberts, couldn't be any more different. I also have my own ideas on the character that ever comes to fruition. He was my favorite comic book character favorite comic book character as a child, and he's superior because he is a real man. He's just really hurting and reeling from the death of his parents, and Batman is his way of coping. So I think there's a lot more to explore there, and there's a way to do it that makes it very real. Sounds like Skellner does truly understand the character description of Batman as a coping mechanism for Bruce Wayne to deal with the loss of his parents is spot on. Despite all the awesome gadgets and vehicles, what makes Batman an interesting character is the fact that he is a flawed coping mechanism gone too far. Skellner went on to comment on both Pattinson and Bale's take on the character. He gave a lot of praise for Pattinson's iteration of Batman, but admitted that Bale is his all-time favorite. Quote, I've honestly enjoyed every incarnation of Batman as Christians, but Christians was my favorite. I do love what Rob is doing with it now. It's really bold choice to be a sad Batman. Rob is an incredible actor in general, so if it ever comes around, I would gladly take that torch, and I would not take it lightly. Yeah, and then he goes on to gush about it again.
Yes.
I don't know. Like between him and Alan Richardson, I don't know. It's 50-50. Like they'd both be fine.
Yep. I think for some reason I feel like I've enjoyed Alan Richardson more. But I don't know. That's just me.
Does he have the... I guess I haven't really seen Alan Richardson in anything other than being like a stoic Reacher. And then the comedy of Blue Mountain State.
Right.
But like, does he have... Well, I guess there was a bit of that. I would like to think so. This season of Reacher where he was a bit more dramatic. But
nice.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's cool.
I guess it all depends on how and who you want, what age range you want this Batman to be. Granted, he's gonna have a kid in Damian of about 10 or 11. You think so?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like Gunn either already knows
Yeah,
who he wants, or it's like they're close. I don't think
they're
it's
close
like
to
up for
picking.
discussion anymore. Yeah.
So this iteration of Batman might be affected by the following news article. Did you see this?
Right. Yes, I saw this.
So this is potentially scary. Um, we know the Batman 2
Yeah.
has been delayed a couple of times. At least that's been the report. Now it's coming out that much has been said about the Batman 2's continued delays that we're sure you're aware due to social media, scoopers, and DC fan accounts. Alike that has spent months hinting that the work has been pushed back due to personal issues in filmmaker Matt Reeves' life, hinting at some sort of health issue in an attempt to calm down fans. Especially with the delay seems in poor taste, and in many ways it would surely be better to say nothing at all. That hasn't stopped Grace Randall from weighing in with a recent video.
Oh, right,
Quote,
of
if you
course.
knew
Yeah.
what Matt Reeves was dealing with, you leave him alone. I mean, it's not a Chadwick Boseman situation, but it's close. You should leave Matt Reeves alone. Regardless of whether it's Reeves or someone close to him who's allegedly unwell, the filmmaker does deserve some space and shouldn't be harassed by fans eager for the Batman sequel to be released. The news is out there now, though, and generating a lot of discussion online. So on some on social media have argued that Reeves and DC Studios James Gunn should perhaps issue a statement that sets the record straight and ends the speculation. I think that's kind of nonsense. At the same time, Reeves' personal life is private, and he's under no obligation to update anyone about a movie if he's dealing with something that is this serious. I guess this kind of goes back to like what fans think they own. Like they own the property of Batman, and they should get a Batman 2 movie when they want it, and not like it's not. Right. It's not required. You don't have to have a Batman 2. Right. People's personal lives should be put above, and health should be put above putting on a movie.
Absolutely. And I mean you can't help but agree with that.
Yeah.
But it brings up a funny note that, oh, kitty cat. Wow, our cats are just ridiculous today. It brings up an interesting notion that I guess even like sick people in Hollywood in these situations where these massive movies rely on them, Chadwick Boseman kind of did them dirty because he was working. Well, this was all happening. And now the bar has been raised. It's like damn, bro, you did too good.
The new guy in the Public Works Union who was actually doing work, and the rest of the guys are standing around like, what are you doing? You're making us look bad.
Yeah, wow. So
certainly a take.
No, I joke, but it is awful that it it's had to come down to that. But yeah, Grace Randolph is an interesting one too. So it's just
okay. Finally, someone did a rundown of the potentially awesome DCEU movies that were in the works before the DC reboot. I thought we'd go over them and say yay or nay. That could have been cool.
Okay. Yeah, that'd be a fun one.
Okay, so Batman Beyond. There were rumors Michael Keaton, after he'd returned as Batman in The Flash, was going to come back for Batman Beyond. Are you okay over there?
Yeah, sad.
With him established as the DCEU's new permanent Caped Crusader. All this was going to culminate with the Batman Beyond movie. Harley Quinn's Birds of Prey writer, Christina Hodson, was penning the screenplay. So that right there leads me to believe this is good that it never happened, because I couldn't even get through Birds of Prey. I lasted like 10 minutes. Yeah. With Robert Pattinson playing Bruce Wayne and Matt Reeves, the Batman franchise, the idea was to have the DCU's Batman pass the mantle to Terry McGinnis. As if a Batman Beyond movie wasn't already a perfect way to end Keaton's tenure as an iconic character, one idea considered for the project was his Bruce Wayne to rekindle his romance with Michelle Pfeiffer's Selena Kyle. Wow. So I'm gonna, just based on the writer, although Keaton could have elevated it, I don't know. I give it a thumbs in the middle. I'm not sure.
I always want Batman Beyond content, no matter what. So whether it's a show, movie, whatever, I'll take it.
Okay, Wonder Woman 3. One of the most high-profile casualties of the DC Studios formation was Wonder Woman 3. said that Patty Jenkins' vision for the threequel didn't fit into what Gunn and Safran had planned for the DCU, and vague promises about the project being revisited were half-heartedly made. Gal Gadot has insisted that she'll reprise the role of Diana Prince, but reliable insiders claim otherwise, and Gunn, who is quick to debunk even the most minor of rumors, remains silent about the situation. It's obvious now that Gadot's time as Wonder Woman is over, and that Wonder Woman 3 in any form will no longer happen. A version of the Amazon Warrior will almost certainly be cast down the line, but we bet on it being a younger actress that fits better inside better fits in alongside David Corenswet's Superman and whoever plays the next Batman. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I didn't love Wonder Woman 2. It was way too long.
That was quite long.
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm fine with no Wonder Woman 3. There's a great deal of confusion surrounding all these DCU plans change. However, we know that Black Adam star Dwayne Johnson was responsible for the death of the DCEU. Was also going around Walter Hamada to bring Henry Cavill back as Superman. That happened shortly before Black Adam's release, and the actor back in the fold. Warner Brothers started mulling over Man of Steel 2 ideas. Man of Steel producer and writer Charles Roven pitched a follow-up to former DC Films executive Michael DeLuca and Pam Abdi. However, they weren't keen and chose to wait for new leadership at DC Studios before be appointed before forging ahead with any plans. Separate Superman movie pitch from Stephen Knight of Peaky Blinders was considered. The studio was similarly unsure about his approach to the character. That left poor old Kal-El in limbo until Gunn decided to reboot the franchise. I would have liked to see Man of Steel 2, just not from Zack Snyder.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think we're Henry Cavill fanboys, so. And the Stephen Knight thing is interesting. Peaky Blinders is a great show. He also does a show called Rogue SAS Rogue Heroes, which is a BBC show, which is great. Yeah, so he's got talent. Also, there was that Superman Michael B. Jordan project too. That might be in this list, but I'm not sure. So that kind of would have been weird to have both exist at the same time, but I don't know. Superman vs. Black Adam would not have been interested. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson quite fancied building the DCU around himself. Do you think he's got an ego? Black Adam. I knew that throwing Cavill's Man of Tomorrow into the mix would help with that. DC Studios had other ideas, and that's why Johnson attempted to once again force the studio's hand. This time it was by leaking financial data about Black Adam and sharing plans for a Hawkman movie. He no doubt hoped would get fans behind him. Alas, the movie was so underwhelming, it didn't exactly go as planned. Still, had he gotten his way, Black Adam was going to be followed by Man of Steel 2, Black Adam 2, and then the eventual face-off, which likely wouldn't have included Shazam in any way, shape, or form, given Johnson's apparent disdain for the character. Batgirl. Batgirl had almost finished shooting when the order came in from Warner Brothers' David Zaslav to scrap it as a tax write-off. Word leaked to the media that the movie was unreleasable, a claim it was hard to believe given who was involved. Filmmakers Adil El Arbi and Bilal Fallah had successfully helmed Bad Boys for Life and episodes of Miss Marvel. Plus, the actors with Leslie Grace, J.K. Simmons, Brendan Fraser, and Michael Keaton. Are we really meant to believe that they delivered a complete disaster for the movie? So ultimately got caught in a change of regimes and an executive desire to save some cash. It's hard to shake the feeling that we missed out on something special here, or at least a very fun adventure. Actually, would have liked to have seen this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Keaton back.
I would have liked
Brendan
to try,
Fraser, who's his career has been revitalized. J.K. Simmons is always great. Like, I feel like there could have at least been something there. It wouldn't have been. Yes. It could have been as bad as the Venom movies, and people still would have seen it. I mean, Venom 3 was fucking terrible, and people still saw it.
Yeah. So, but they keep making the rumor is that they keep making the argument that it was that bad that it wasn't recoverable. So I don't know.
But even bad movies make money. They make money all the time.
It's true. It's so fucking true.
Okay. J.J. Abrams' Justice League Dark Justice League Dark Project had been in the works at Warner Bros. For years. However, Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker director J.J. Abrams was ultimately tasked with taking charge of the slate of projects revolving around the supernatural superhero team. Like the rest of the projects he'd taken on as part of an overall deal with the studio, this never really came to anything. Sure, the movie might have happened eventually, and TV shows revolving around Zatanna, John Constantine, Madame Xanadu were beginning to take shape when DC Studios was formed. Honestly, given Abrams' work in a galaxy far, far away, we're not exactly mourning the fact this time part of the DCEU ended with something of a whimper. The new Swamp Thing movie from James Mangold somewhere on the horizon. Perhaps this team will get a second chance. Before the Star Wars debacle, I would have been like, yes, I would like to see this. And then after Rise of Skywalker, I'm glad this never happened. Let's give someone a new shot at it with Deadman, John Constantine, Zatanna, Swamp Thing, etc.
I really want it to happen. I want, Dark Justice League.
What has he done since Rise of Skywalker, by the way? Has he directed anything since?
That's a great question.
Producer, writer, producer, writer. Where is his directors list?
It's been scrubbed from the internet.
Oh, here we go, director.
They scrubbed it.
No, he hasn't directed anything since Rise of Skywalker.
Wow, that's wild, dude.
He has one Untitled that's in pre-production and a TV series. Which isn't on the ground yet. I guess it's just on a pilot. Yeah, he hasn't done anything in 5 years.
He's just sitting around making money though, right? From something. I guess Star Wars?
Well, he's producing stuff, so... Oh, he was a producer on Presumed Innocent. Blue Angels, which I watched was good. Lou, I don't know. Oh, wait, Lou. Oh, that was, Allison Janney. That was great. But he's producing, right? He's just, like, giving money and then getting money back with really no involvement.
Yeah, of course.
Charlie Hustle, The Matter of Pete Rose. I watched that. That was good. Cape Crusader was great. Oh, Beyond UFOs and the Unknown. Oh, you'd like that one. That's right up your alley.
I didn't finish Cape Crusader.
Oh, you didn't?
No, I didn't. But Beyond UFOs. Okay.
The Unknown came out last year.
Sweat.
Okay. Crazy on Infinite Earths. We kind of already got that on the CW, which people really liked that version of it. But I guess they were trying to lead to a movie with that. While Johnson has led us all to believe that he was solely responsible for Cavill's Superman, Return in Black Adam, that isn't strictly true. Yes, he makes it sound like there was no other choice than to go around studio brass to make it happen. Walter Hamada had his own important plans for the Man of Steel. While The Flash would end with Superman being written out of reality and replaced by Supergirl, the end game was for Cavill to make his grand return in Crisis on Infinite Earths. Would it have been a welcome back or permanent farewell, though? Cavill even shot a cameo in The Flash that inserted him back into the DCU. Hamada had plans to reboot the DCU, and chances are Cavill's Clark Kent was going to take center stage in this movie before making the ultimate sacrifice, likely taking Barry Allen's place from the comics. Ben Affleck was also set to return as Batman. Yeah, I think Crisis on Infinite Earths would have been good if they had set it up all right, like they did with Infinity War and Endgame, and they just didn't do that. I think it would have not flopped, but like kind of just a balloon, like deflated. People would have been deflated about it. Finally, Justice League 2. Warner Brothers said to have shot several cameos for The Flash before DC Studios was formed, though we know now Gunn left most of them on the cutting room floor, including an ending with Superman, Supergirl, and Keaton's Batman, all there to confront Barry Allen in a new timeline. It's since become clear that the vast majority of DCEU actors are being ditched in the new DCU, and given the dismal box office performance of the greatest superhero ever made, The Flash 2 certainly won't happen. However, Justice League 2, is that a knock at Tom Cruise? Didn't he say The Flash was amazing or something? And they tried to put that out there?
I know that he did say something because that was
Yeah.
during the time that like they were trying to boost like cinema.
Yeah. However,
Yeah.
Justice League 2 was among the projects being mulled by Warner Brothers. This wouldn't have been a follow-up to Zack Snyder's effort, though, and instead was eyed as a fresh start for the Superior team. As of now, we don't know whether DC Studios has something similar planned because the team hasn't been mentioned. Gunn has alluded to, but not confirmed, a future teammate project. At some point, we're going to get Justice League, but they got to get this universe off the ground. Like, it's taken forever.
Mhm.
Like, you know, really, the first
Well, we knew it was
live-action
gonna
movie
take time.
since it's been announced been almost 2.5 years. We're getting our first real movie in that universe of. Although I guess they consider Blue Beetle part of it because they're keeping him.
Yeah, that's what they
I
said.
don't know.
We don't
this
know,
Gods and
man.
Monsters thing is going to take 10 years by itself, not just part one.
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't know about 10 years, but it's going to take a little while. But I am fairly impressed that there's a few things. One, Batman is slated and is coming out in July. Like, it's not getting pushed again. There's nothing,
Superman.
you know what I mean? It's Superman. That's what I meant. Sorry. And then apparently, Supergirl is finished filming.
Yeah, I saw a leak of Jason Momoa.
And yeah, Momoa is stating that he finished his Supergirl and other scenes already. Finished. What?
Well, you saw the pictures of him, right?
I didn't see the photos.
Oh, yeah. So, spoiler.
I'm assuming this is the photo that he was going to show on set.
Maybe. Can you see that?
He looks unreal.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's just like, it's this big on my fucking screen.
Global, though.
And I'm looking at it, I'm like, it's 100%. Like, what are they even talking about? That's so funny. I just want to see the...
Can we, I mean, speaking of Jason Momoa, can we talk about how dumb this Minecraft thing is?
What do you mean?
So I saw an article.
It's unreal. It's insane.
I mean, it's good for, like, if Minecraft people like it, enjoy it, good, that's fine. It's good for cinema. But I mean, I saw an article saying a headline, I think it was from Deadline, saying Hollywood is making amazing movies that no one's seeing. And yeah, because I'm not spending $125. I mean, I don't have kids, but I'm not spending $60 from my wife and I to go to a movie to sit there and hear other people talk during it. Or,
well, of course.
Yeah,
like, I don't say that's good.
No, but I mean, you see those reports of like theaters being destroyed by kids doing the whatever.
Yes.
I don't even know what a chicken jockey is. Do you know what it means?
I don't know what it means. I know what it is. I just don't know what it means.
It's just one. Yeah, I don't know. Anyways, who wants to put up with that? Is that worth the money?
Yeah, nobody.
I mean, I guess if you want cinema to come back, make it cheaper, enforce the rules. Although you'd have to change society to be respectful of others, and that's never going to happen.
Yeah, well, of course.
I mean, I would spend. You know what? If the movie companies can somehow figure out how to end. Movies that don't like hit in the first week are gone by like week 3, and you don't even have time to go see it. Like I would like to go see that new Warfare movie by Alex Garland.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Whenever I have time, but I don't. I'd rather watch it at home. Sorry. So if the movie companies can figure out how to like cut out the theater and just I don't know, I'll pay $50 for me and my wife to watch it at home. And that goes straight to the movie company. They get all $50 or maybe like 40 of it. And you pay the streaming service $10 and you're making more money than having it at the box office.
Well, I'll tell you, the theater we went to with the couches and everything separated was pretty great.
Yeah.
You could barely tell that there was other people in that theater.
Well, there was barely other people in the theater. It was me, you, and one other guy down at the other end.
There was a couple others, but yes, there was barely any people there. But yeah, I don't
also
condone...
in the 18 plus theater. You had to be 18 to even get it, even though it wasn't. It was Captain America, so it was PG-13.
I feel like if you have to do something for social media or something for your own enjoyment that impedes the enjoyment for others, then you're not doing it right. So, that's it. I think I saw a rumor that they were thinking about doing a specific like screening, like a specific showing
Yeah.
where like kids could go and blow up. They were like, you can do
Blow
whatever
up.
the fuck you
Oh,
want.
you mean for Minecraft?
Yeah, like they're
though.
like, go watch Minecraft, do whatever the fuck you want. Like they were like, you fire hoop and holler, screaming, like whatever.
Are they
You can
putting
do
plastic on all of the speakers and stuff?
I mean, I don't know, but yeah,
Weird. Okay, so that's DC News of the Week.
crazy.
Let us know what you think about movie theaters, and if you'll ever go back.
Thanks. Making large money.
Money?
Money.
Oh.
Money. Muns. Yeah.